Good morning. Shoot. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. What are we doing? Oh, boy. Good morning. Morning, Bill. Morning, nerd. I thought I saw Herbie running around there. Morning, Herbie. Oh, man. It's good Monday morning. Caitlin, good morning to you. Huh. I really like, I kind of really like the beginning of like Monday mornings where you just kind of wait to see who's going to show up, you know? Like, who's all here? What's up, King? The Chemical? Big Mike? With the emo? G? Don't you guys kind of like it too? Like, it's the weekend. Like, man, what's gonna go on this week? What are we gonna do this week? I don't know. But like, good morning, Kim. You should probably see what's going on Monday mornings, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't know what's gonna go on this week. What am I gonna do? Morning, Alan. I mean, I got stuff to do. I was kind of busy this week slash weekend. Maybe Bob. Morning, Bob. Bob says, whatever this week has in store, it's going to be fun. Maybe. Sometimes you can get bored as hell. Procedures in 3 weeks, Herbie. October 13th. 3.5 weeks. Procedure, Herbie calls it. CCS up in this. Your birthday's this week, Big Mike? It's on October 3rd. Big Mike, I'm gonna get healthy on your birthday. That's awesome. The unfortunate thing is I won't be able to sing you happy birthday. Maybe like the next Monday. Oh boy, it'll be a lot of fun if I do the show on like that next Monday. That'll be like the week leading up to Mushfest even. Ooh, I'll be looped out. I'll be on meds. Be like, hey guys, I have no idea what's going on. How am I sitting? I have no idea how I'm sitting. What's even going on? You know? What are you gonna wish for, Big Mike? That I'll be healthy or that you'll be healthy? Wish for you, not me. Good morning to... Is that Great Unknown? Good morning, Great. Oh, you're growing stuff. That's good, Bob. Bob said he won a print from someone. You want a print from someone, so you're growing? That's great. Morning, Hager. I'm trying to like say good morning to people instead of just like talking all amongst myself. I'm having a conversation with Bob here about a spore print that he won. And I guess you're growing stuff too. So, good morning. I'm just waiting for everybody to show up. Good morning to Sling Blade. What is it? B. Hendricks, right? Be healthy. B. How's everybody's weekend gone? According to the records, the state of Colorado football, real bad. Oh, it's just the torch. It's just the torch. Just the torch. Kim, did I get a new lighter? Just the torch. Jesus Christ says he's still eating dinner. I get it, man. I get it. You're in a different time zone, different time wave, different time thing. You're like a day ahead. You're eating spaghetti I'm gonna eat tomorrow. It's funny because for you, tomorrow is like 6 hours away from me. I don't get it. I don't get it. It blows the mind if you really want to like consider and think about like times and stuff like that. You know. Who is that? Was it King Metro? Would that be considered the Last Supper? No, he's not. He's not eating himself. We're not eating of Jesus Christ in Australia. He's not gonna like get kissed by some dude in the garden an hour from now. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what the story is. It's like, they're kind of hanging out. Jesus preps them some, like, a really nice meal. It's like, hey, guys. You guys doing alright? I'm taking care of you. Let me wash your feet. You know, and then out. I mean, how do you... I think Judas was just like, hey, man, thanks for the meal, guy. You know what I mean? I don't even think it was just like... I think it was just like, hey, man, can I like kiss you on the cheek, man? That was a nice meal. Dude, I haven't eaten like that in ungodly amount of time. I don't even know. It's too many jokes. Too many jokes. He was taking them all on a date. I don't know. Jesus was the first bachelor. He had a rose. He was going to give Judas a rose. Then the guards had to come in. I'm just saying, maybe Judas was going to get the rose. Oh, you're not watching The Bachelor in any kind of a way without having that idea in your head now. You're like, man, Jesus had 12 suitors and got screwed over because one wasn't going to get the rose. You see Mary Ann the next time, or whatever her name is, Cheyenne, or Summer Solstice, or whatever the name of the next bachelorette's gonna be, and like she's, you know, got 12 dudes hanging around. One of them's gonna kiss her on the cheek and Judas the hell out of her. These are all the things that go on in my head when I watch things. Like, how can I relate and correlate? So. Silliness, everybody. Silliness. What is this? What is going on here? Good morning to Deb. Good morning. Do we lag out? Are we lagging? No one else thought that was... Is that too soon? Did I make a joke too soon? Did I make a joke too soon? Real. Kinda real. Kind of real weed. Kind of real weed. What happened is I'm not prepared. We're not guessing here. It's not, we're going to do cards here. We're going to do tarot. I haven't seen Hip Kitty here, and I can't do, I'm kidding. I didn't get myself prepped. And so what I have here is some weed that I had in a press, a squeeze press. I had like pressed it and squeezed it all together. Okay, so I pressed the weed all together. I like shredded it, whatever, you know, grinder and blah blah. And I mixed in dabs at the time. And I pressed it as hard as I could. For like 30 minutes. I was just like, can I get like another micro inch in? Micro little... How hard can I press that, right? No, we're dibbling dabbling, just without dabs. That's all. Someone's like, no dibble dabble on Monday. I'm like, no, we got dibble dabble. Trust me. We're just not with the dabs. All right, we're weeble wabbling. Wibble wabbling with the weed. Weeble wabble. Oh boy. That's the big thing on Mondays. Weeble wabble. Dibble dabble, weeble wabble. 43-year-old man making weird ass noises. Why don't I just get high? Alright, 43-year-old. I'm wearing a mushroom shirt. My hat's on backwards. I'm in the game room. Smoking pot. This is exactly what YouTube is all about. I think I have nailed. I'm gonna get like a reward in the mail from YouTube. Like, congratulations on successfully using our product. While using product. This is what YouTube is made for, is watching 43-year-old men say weeble wabble while they smoke concoctions they found because they ran out of stuff. This is called desperation. You're seeing the word desperation personified right here. I had forgotten all about this stuff. I think it was like 6 months old. When I'm in my room, I'm like, oh man, I ran out of apps. What are we doing here? Oh man, what am I gonna smoke today? Oh, you're gonna smoke today. Ah, you're prisoner to a substance. Ah, you're gonna smoke today. You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't have that? I'm a prisoner to a substance kind of moment, right? I hate being a prisoner to a substance. That's why I quit drinking. That was a wacky time. Oh my gosh. Anybody that knows me knows. I quit drinking about a year and a half ago. And I was a wackadoo drinker. Wackadoo. Did some crazy stuff. I was not like a go to jail kind of guy. I'm a block me kind of guy. That's when I'm drinking. You're probably going to want to block me. I'm going to say some stuff. Because I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be like, what the hell did I say? I know I said something. You know? So I quit drinking because I didn't want to be a slave to that. I didn't want to be a prisoner. I didn't want to be beholden to a substance, you know? This stuff. Stuff's a morning clean. Stuff's a little bit, you know, it's like maintenance. It kind of gets you into like a different vibe. Like, I remember when I was getting sober in AA, they said you shouldn't smoke. It's a mind changer. It changes your mind. It changes things about you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Thank you for changing that. You know, there's a book that gets passed around sometimes amongst maybe older, more tradition minded people when it comes to whatever organization they're in. But there's a yellow book in AA, and in the yellow book it recommends, and we've talked about this. I don't even know why I'm talking about AA. I probably smoked before the show started, and so this is why. Anyhow, the yellow book says don't take coffee and candy away from anybody, any new people. You gotta have a crutch. You're telling these people you're lame. You're limping. Get out of the house or the bar or the jail or the hospital. Quit drinking. All on your own. Cold turkey the shit. Don't drink coffee. Don't smoke cigarettes. Don't eat a cookie. You're getting sober. No, it's dumb. It's dumb. You can't tell people not to, you know, have a little bit of caffeine, have a little bit of sugar. I don't know why you can't, but I know that, like, in an intrinsic, like, humane way, sense, you just can't tell people you can't do that. I don't know why. I think it's just, Frank Sinatra said it, whatever gets you through the night. You can tell people not to do heroin. I think you can do that. I think that makes sense to humanely stress that, like, fentanyl is a bad idea. OxyContin? Dabbing the old Oxy? Bad idea. No dabs. I've tried Oxy. I don't remember. That means I probably did. Opioids. I think you can tell people not to do an opioid. All of this because I just don't want to be a slave to a substance. But we're all slaves to something, aren't we? And if you're like, no, I'm not. I'm not a slave. I'm a free-willed individual. Okay. Drive however you want next time. See how your brain allows you to do that. I tell you what, turn into someone's yard as if you're doing a turn, and then just keep going. See, like, I know that you're going to be like, oh man, this is bad news. Because we're trained. There's like an intrinsic Plato's shadows upon the cave type thing that we've done to ourselves for millennia. That'll shut me up, huh? That'll shut me up. Best way to shut me up is just to get me, oh yeah. Oh, we're calm now, don't worry. Everything's fine now, we're okay. Good morning to everybody. Let's talk, let's have some fun, let's chill out. I don't remember what the taste is, JC. Like I said, it's like weed from way back. And so, Nurse Ratchet, what's going on? Or are we talking heat? Oh, you know what? Okay. There we go. That's what we're going to talk about. Raise your hand if you've ever grown a mushroom. If you've ever grown a mushroom successfully, if you've ever grown this is a broccoli. I'm pointing at broccoli as if it's a mushroom. Raise your hand. I have. I think you're all here because I have. You have. Kim has, MVP has, Nerd has, Clean has, Sling Blade has, all of that, right? And so, like, when your friends ask you about, hey, when you're growing, when your friends grow, unsuccessfully, when people that you know, this is where I'm getting there. I'm trying to get to my point here. When people that you know that you have successfully grown a mushroom or a broccoli or whatever the hell this is, right? Is that broccoli? Why am I pointing to broccoli as a mushroom? It's the weed. Wibble wabble. I got this guy who, for 2 years, I've been trying to convince his wife to let him grow. And she used to never take mushroom. She was anti whatever, right? And I'm the guy that got her to start taking microdoses. I'm the guy. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but like I worked my ass off to convince this lady to start taking microdoses. Alright? And so she, boom, awesome. Microdosing, cool. And she's down with the clown, okay? But it's hard to grow stuff sometimes. We all know that. We've successfully grown things. Alright? We've all raised our hands and said we have successfully grown mushrooms. And we know it's not easy. Is it? Who's ever had an easy time growing Anybody? No? No hands up? No one's had an easy time growing mushrooms. Duh, they aren't easy. Simple, maybe. Simple. Basic, if you want to get a little, like, snarky. But it's not easy. Alright? It's not Sling Blade, huh? Deb, right? The Waz. You're in on it. You guys know. So I got this guy. I got his wife convinced. She's like microdosing. I got this dude. I finally got her to say, you know what? Maybe if he wants to grow, he can. I'm like, oh, shit, son. Winner! So I text the dude. I'm like, dude, get a tent, a fan, and a light bulb. You're set, dude. And a fan, a tent, a fan, and a light bulb. That's it. That's what I texted him. I was like, dude, you're set. Put it up in your kitchen somewhere. Dining room. You're good, dude. Oh, and a heater. Morning MVP. Tent. Light bulb. Fan. And a heater. And this guy lives in like an area where like he lives in like personal grow country. And he texts me 3 days later. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was thinking about doing it when I move, because of the humidity. 2 years I've been working, and his wife finally gives this dude permission, and now this guy is like, I don't know, man. I don't think the humidity is gonna work. I'm like, wow, dude. You just got permission to grow, and you're not even gonna try. Like, not even, you're just gonna, like, shut it all down. I don't know, man. Maybe the humidity's just not gonna work. That's what a tent and tubs are for, is to control the humidity when the humidity's not very good in your environment. You're not growing mushrooms outside. You're growing mushrooms in a tent, in a tub. Who cares about the humidity in your kitchen? I care about the humidity in your tub, in the tent. So I got blown off. I get it, Herbie. And this guy's like, I was trying to grow in my closet and it just wasn't working. I'm like, yeah, no shit, jackass. In Australia. I know how to do this stuff. I just convinced a lady for 2 years that you should do this. And you're like, I don't know, man. And I know the area that he's growing in. It can be humidity. Like, sure, if you're growing in tubs, in a tent. You can grow shrooms anywhere. Okay, you could be in Japan in one of those like compartmentalized like apartments that are like this size. You could grow mushrooms in this anywhere if you want to. Anyhow, that's why like Pop's giving all the information and all the instruction on how to grow shrooms. Like, it's important. You can do this stuff. Anybody can do this stuff. You just gotta want to. That's all. You just gotta want to. How's everybody doing? It's been kind of a hectic first 25 minutes of this show. Alan, I got you, dog. I was gonna read you last week. Just gotta want to. You know? And I get it. She's like, hey, I'm okay if, like, you know, if he wants to grow and then he can talk to you. And I was like, he doesn't have to talk to me. there's a lot of information online. Like, if he wants to talk to me, cool. If he doesn't, I understand. And so I was totally expecting, or I'm thinking maybe part of it's just like, I just want to talk to you about it. I'm like, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of a jerk. You know, whatever. So silly. When that happened, 2 years I'm working on this lady. 2 years. Hey, how you feeling? Hey. And she texts me. She's like, hey, I just took some of that stuff. It feels really good. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's awesome. You know? So I talked to him. Silliness. Alan, let's clean these cards, yeah? Clean these cards. Herbie, we're gonna get into the book. We're gonna finish. Remember this book we were reading? We're gonna get into the book. We're gonna finish the epistemological, real bad chapter that we're in. It's gonna annoy me. It's gonna annoy you. But I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I gotta get back to reading. I haven't read in a while, and I got at least just to get to a new book. I woke up. I was like, I gotta start reading a new book, but I can't until we finish this book, or else I'm gonna feel like talking out the side of my ass here. If I'm like, follow through on what you do, except for when you're reading a book you're not really interested in, you know? Because this isn't like this isn't like Buddhism hour, but it became like a Buddhism hour. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll read Where's Waldo for our next book. I think we can do that. Let's do that. Let's in Braille. We'll all learn how to read in Braille. Do you think Where's Waldo comes in Braille? Is that cheating? Like, what if you... well, there he is. You know what? I don't know. Can you do that? Can I tell that joke? Are blind people off limits? I don't think they are. I know we have a couple of people that have vision problems that follow us and listen to us audio-wise. Linda from way back in the day. Remember Linda and Will? Haven't seen them in a minute. Here, I'm slowly gonna work my way into insulting everybody, okay? All while cleaning cards for Alan. We're gonna read Alan's cards, and then we'll figure out who else I'm gonna read after this. So, Alan, big day here, Alan. Let me get you here. We got 1, 2. We got the blind people. We got them checked off. Who's next? Who's the next people that I'm gonna accidentally insult? Alan, let me give you the spiel. I got a spiel here. We all know the spiel. You like the spiel. I like the spiel. Alan, 1, 2, or 3? You got 1. Dude, he answered my question before I even asked it. That's great. That's great. It's almost as if you knew. 1. No one ever picks 3. No one ever picks 3. All right. 1. Alan, my spiel is this. I do a 3-card reading, Alan. It's a then, now, and later. So whatever it is you want the cards to talk to you about, like then, now, it's kind of like leading up to where you're at and what's going to happen from here on out, kind of thing. We'll see if I do any kind of like pop culture references or whatever to it all. But like, if you take this seriously, Alan, I apologize. Okay, I like to use the book here. This book has a lot more information than a lot of other books I've ever read. That's for sure. I'll just say it like that. It doesn't help me at all. It gives me like a reference to what I should say, but it doesn't tell me don't make fun of blind people. Alright? This book, if it told me don't make fun of blind people, boom, there he is, Waldo. Alright, Alan. And position matters, so if it's an upside down devil, yes we are. Here we go. The Knight of Swords. Do you pronounce the W in swords? Now you're all saying a word. I made you all say a word in your head. That's me, manipulative. Knight of Swords, Alan. Then, this is what started us off. Knight of Swords. Now you're like, how do I say the word swords? I'm not saying the W now. That's what else is going on in your head. Can you say swords? Swords. Knight, this is why Knight of Swords, in full course, as if scattering his enemies. Divinatory meanings: skill, bravery, capacity, defense, address, enmity, wrath, war, destruction, opposition, resistance, ruin. Someone in Australia fucked around on you, Alan, and you had to step up. You had to show them what? Way back in the way, sometime yesterday, you had to show someone what? You had to get real. You had to be the man. You had to be the dude. You had to step in so that other people could step up. That was you. You're the guy. You led a charge. You were the guy. You're the guy that took 2 years to convince someone to take microdoses. That's you. Way back in the way. That's you, Alan. I get it. It's a hard job sometimes, being that guy. Brave. Charming. Look at you. Look at you, Alan. You're attractive, man. You've got that swagger that comes from just... That's you. You got that charm that comes from just being skilled at what you do. That's you. That's you. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens with that, Mr. Man. All right, but you got a purpose, but you're driven. It's all for a reason. It's just not, you're not being a pretty boy. I think that's like Knight of Wands or something. No, you got a purpose though. Let's see what that purpose is today, Alan. King of Pentacles. You're pissing dudes off, that's for sure. Let's see. King of Pentacles. Yeah, some people probably ain't too, appreciative of this bravado of yours, Alan. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. I don't know. If I was to piss anybody off, I'd want to piss the King of Pentacles off, that's for sure. King of Pentacles. So here we go. It's like one of the longest entries, too. That's awesome, Alan. Upside down King of Pentacles, all because you were being a turd. Way back, you thought you had a reason. I swear, it's like I'm reading my cards here. Alright, King of Pentacles. The figure calls for no special description. Again, longest entry in the book. The face is rather dark, suggesting also courage, but somewhat lethargic in tendency. Oh, okay. The bull's head should be noted as a recurrent symbol on his throne. Bullhead, somewhere, bullhead right there, okay. The sign of this suit is represented throughout as engraved or emblazoned with the pentagram. Okay, there's the pentagram. Typifying the correspondence of the four elements in human nature and that by which they may be governed. Valor. Realizing intelligence. Business and normal intellectual aptitude. Sometimes mathematical gifts and attainments of this kind. Success in these paths. Okay? Reversed, vice, weakness, ugliness, perversity, corruption, peril. Oh, okay, Alan. I get it, guy. I get it. You know what's going on? You know what this is? Corey Haim. That's who this is. Some aspect of what you're dealing with just became Corey Haim. Oh boy. If everybody understood that reference, if you know that reference, you're too old. Corey Haim. Remember when the two Corys were the shit? Corey Haim was Lucas, right? And then the two Corys happened. Corey Haim. Not even Feldman. Not even Corey. You're Corey. Something with Corey Haim on you. Where it was great. It was. Everything was. Nothing stood in its way. You had a purpose, and now you're Corey Haim on VH1 before he passed. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm making fun of blind people and kind of dead people. Alright, we're checking things off the list here, Alan. Alright? I'm gonna get the 3 feet tall people later, alright? Something with Corey Haim on you. You had it. It was great. It was good. Something just kind of like, man, depression, maybe a little anxiety kicking in with the Bulls hat. Just like, man, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm just, can we just wibble wabble all day? I get it. You went Corey Haim. Alan, let's see what we can do about that, alright? Pop culture references. I didn't think we were going to Corey Haim it up today, but here we go. Alan, it's a dangerous path. I'm there with you, man. I'm wibble wabbling every day too, buddy. Alright? You and me, I'm going to show you some work I got to do today. I'm going to show everybody after this reading how I'm trying to, like, Feldman up my Haim game. Alright? Feldman was a success, in a sense. Feldman up my Haim game. Mondays. Alright, Alan, here we go. The High Priestess. Here we go. The High Priestess is the one that gives you, like, your it's like your purpose. It's like when you set out on your journey, and the High Priestess, someone's sad. You're not following along. You're not doing what you're supposed to, Alan. And if you keep going along, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's what that means. The High Priestess is like, dude, that guy was the shit. You're trying to get... This is Taylor Swift walking away from Travis Kelce one, you know? Or, I don't know, I had to do like some Taylor Swift reference. ESPN did it all yesterday, SportsCenter and everything. I felt like I had to do a Taylor Swift reference. I apologize with that. Alan, what it looks like, man, is like some aspect, something like went full heavy charge to the get him, and then something went wrong. Some little aspect, something like tweaked itself and just like isn't working out so well. And this is like, it's the death of a dream. You know, something you gotta worry about. You don't want to just make yourself sad, but the people that are like giving you that drive are sad too. If you don't follow, you don't twist this guy back around. You know, Feldman up your Haim. That's what this Feldman up your Haim. Dear Hip Kitty and anybody else that reads tarot cards. Alan, thank you for letting me read your cards. I am sorry for reading cards. If anybody else would like me to read their cards, I'll do it too. If you think I could do a better job at reading cards, I don't know if you'd be able to teach me. You know, I feel like I am out of control when it comes to these cards. Like, I'll never learn. You saw earlier on, we gotta get into this book. If we're not gonna get into, we can do one more reading. We'll figure it out. You saw, I was trying to learn about tarot, and it's like, nah, you're not gonna learn about tarot. Nah, you're just gonna make this shit up. Just make it all up. Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody... Give me some emotes. Give me some emotes. I'm gonna load the bowl up. We'll take another puff puff. Hame up your Feldman. I'm about to. I'm gonna hame my Feldman. That sounds... Does it sound dirty, or am I making it sound dirty? Am I gonna Feldman up my hame? Or am I gonna hame up my Feldman? Kim Bolton, I enjoyed my reading last week. I don't remember the reading, Kim. What was the reading? What did I do? What kind of bullshit came out of my mouth this time in Australia? For you. Let me go grab my stuff here. Woo-wee. I'm glad you guys are sticking around, sticking with me here. I mean, we're in the low 20s now. We're in the high 20s now, which is good. That's where I want to be. Sometimes there's a one point where we were at 55 people were here. And I was like, what the hell? And I think what happened is I think they see like the title of things. And they're like, oh, is this like the final show? You know, and so they want to come in. But like if they know it's just me dicking around on the YouTube talking about shrooms and weed and cards and stuff and hanging out with friends, a lot of people don't want to come check this out. These are the weird things that come on inside my head that I should probably keep to myself. And YouTube's like, yeah, this is exactly the medium for you to just say everything that's on your mind. And on video and record it too. You know, it's just so silly what some people use this medium for. So, I'm glad that Pops and I are able to come on here every day and have fun with you guys. Teach you a little bit. Show you a little bit of different perspective on things. Have a little fun at our own expense. Have a little fun at your expense too. Get you in on the joke a little. You know what I mean? That's one of the best things that's been happening in comedy for the last 20 years. Is this aspect of being in on the joke. Zach Galifianakis with his Between the Ferns. Where everyone's like, this is the worst interview. I know this is about to be the worst interview possible. And it is. It's the worst questions ever. Because you're not supposed to alienate your guests. And there's Galifianakis just like full on alienating his guest. Beautiful. In on the joke. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or to experience is when someone wants you in on the joke with them. Breaks the fourth wall, if you will. A little Jimmy Fallon-ish, you know, on SNL. He was known for always looking at the camera like, can you believe that just happened? Like, yeah, dude, it was great. You know, I love being in on the joke. So anyhow, Taylor Swift, right? I don't know. I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be... Is she that enigmatic? Like, was Madonna that enigmatic when she was... I don't know. I don't remember. Did we do that to Madonna? I think we kind of did it to Britney. I remember we did that to Britney. We enigmized her. Enigmized? I don't know. But did we do that to Madonna? Debbie Harris from Blondie? We didn't enigmatize her. Taylor Swift, though. She moves economies with a 2-hour show. That she's on stage for maybe an hour and 15 minutes for. The rest of it is all pyrotechnics and like and exchanges and such. She's probably on stage for less than 75% of the time that you spent $2,000 to see her for. Wild. Wild. And we watched her celebrate Travis Kelce getting a touchdown in trash time as if it was the first touchdown of the game. She's an Eagles fan. Publicly stated that she was an Eagles fan. So the irony is even funnier. Because Jason Kelce is the center. And he's married. But he is on the Eagles. Meanwhile, she is hooking up with Travis Kelce, who is on the Chiefs. I don't know. So dumb. So dumb. Enigmatizing people. TMZing people. You know? It's the same thing we do with just random people that we gossip about. Peggy. You think, I don't know, was she in town for a show? Paige? I don't know. Was she in town for a show? Why is she in KC? Was she just being nice and she's like, let's ruin the whole social media metasphere? He went to her show, and invited her to. Oh, okay. So she was just like being like super cute, nice. Like, you're right. We are celebrities. You're right. We do exist in an entirely different world. Because, like, how many guys have gone to her show and then probably invited her, like, to, like, come to their, I don't know, community playhouse performance of the Glass Menagerie? I don't know. Does that mean she'll come to my show? Does that mean... Okay. Alright. So if I buy box seats, if I spend $10,000 to go to her show, she'll come to my show. Okay. Entirely different worlds. Entirely different worlds. Not really different, like, codas, but maybe, does anybody else, like, wonder or have, like, a contemplation about, like, situational or ethics? You know what I'm saying? Like if we do look at the celebrity world as having a, maybe not like at the human level, but when it comes to hooking up, are there different rules? Is it all based on like a meta? I don't know. Let's get back into the book. My buddy and I, a couple years ago, we were driving down the Old Town, Old Town Omaha. This whole gaggle of fine ladies was beer barring it down the road. the beer bike in it, whatever the heck that thing is, where like 10 people all like pedal and they drink. So stupid. The dumbest thing in the world. You want me to do exercise while I get drunk? This is dumb. White people. Man. And we realized we'd never be able to talk to them at all. We saw two more getting out of like this Escalade. Not an Escalade, but an Escalade. Like a shiny Escalade. Like heels, once the heels like sparked flames as soon as they hit the ground. Like just out of thin air magic happens with these ladies, right? And he looks at me and he goes, different worlds, man. And it made sense. And it made sense. You know what I'm saying, Bob? You know what I'm friggin' saying. Let's go, the bachelorette party thing or whatever. You know, that everybody's like, yay, and you gotta get out of the way. Like it's all, or it's being pulled by a horse or something. I don't know what the hell. Downtown activities are wacky. I stay home. Last time I was in a downtown activity was in the middle of a blizzard, and I was on 6 hits of the alphabet. Picking a fight with a bouncer on New Year's Eve. This was years ago, so I don't hang out downtown very often. Alright, so the book that we're gonna finish eventually so we can get to a new book. But we have to be principled. And we can't just let it fly away and hope that we don't have to be accountable to our own convictions, which is we see things through. Oh, God, I hate that. Oh. What, I just want to change my mind. No. We see things through. Oh, man, alright. So we were dealing with the chapter in the book called Become What You Are by Alan Watts. It's a long chapter. It's called The Problem of Faith and Works in Buddhism. And it had gotten a little epistemological. Like, what I mean by that is like the whys and hows of Buddhism. And so it's not the most entertaining. There are some really entertaining chapters in here, like the one that talked about like go look at the moon. Quit looking at my finger pointing at the moon as I tell you to go look at the moon. Look at the freaking moon! A lot of people get stuck on the finger pointing at the moon, telling them to look at the moon. It's not pointing at you, jackass. It's pointing at the moon. So that was one. I like that chapter. We might even go back to that, but we gotta finish the book. I kind of want to read. I kind of want to go back to that. That was a good chapter. But we're gonna follow through. Okay, we're gonna follow through. And I think if I just start where I stopped, it's not gonna matter about like understanding where we're at. I think we'll be fine. So we're gonna try and get through this. I just talked for a long time about how I don't want to read, so let's just read. 35 people, 43 likes. I love you all. All right, everybody. That was a good dibble dab or wibble wabble. In modern China and Japan, by far the most popular form of Buddhism is a way of salvation by faith. It has attained its most radical and interesting development in Japan, but, as we have seen, its origins are in India, far back in the early days of Mahayana history. Most students of Buddhism are at a loss to find any true similarity of purpose between these popular cults and the highly self-reliant Buddhism of Gautama and philosophic Mahayana. They are generally regarded as a mere degeneration of the creed. a pure concession to unregenerate human nature, which demands supernatural beings to achieve what men are too lazy and too frightened to achieve for themselves. Oh, the gods can do it, but we can't. There's no way we can. Oh, so that's why they're gods? There is no doubt whatever that there are plenty of lazy and frightened human beings, and that an easy method of salvation by faith would naturally appeal to them. Man, if I could just be saved on my couch, that'd be dope. Especially in the more extreme forms which altogether discount the efficacies of works. But there are other considerations, and from a certain point of view, these very extreme forms become full of the deepest interest. Here let it be said that I owe this point of view to Dr. D.T. Suzuki, who made a particularly suggestive, I checked that one off the list, suggestive study of the philosophy and psychology underlying the Buddhism of faith in his essay, The Shin Sect of Buddhism, from 1939. But as yet he has made no thorough study of the psychological relations of the way of faith and the way of works. Basically, alright, so faith without works is dead. Alright? You gotta do to get did. Right? And some people are like, faith's okay. What kind of works are you gonna do in Buddhism anyways, right? This seems to me a very necessary line of inquiry. Because I believe that Western students of Christian background can never really understand the Buddhism of works unless they approach it through the Buddhism of faith, itself so close to Christian belief. Here we go. Generally speaking, the Buddhism of faith is founded upon the Sukhavati view, whatever. Sukhavati dash Vyuha. You pronounce that. Vyuha. Vyuha. Which, so far as we know, was compiled some 300 years after Gautama's death. The Sukhavati tells of one Dharmakara who, in some immeasurably distant age, made 48 vows concerning the liberation of sentient beings. Before making these vows, he had devoted himself, for an equally incomprehensible span of time, to innumerable good works, thus acquiring for himself a store of merit sufficient to give abundant aid to the whole world. Dude, I got works up the ass. You need works? I got works. You get some works. You get works. Everybody gets a little bit of works. That's what this guy. But he renounced the reward of highest attainment due to him for these works, in order that he might preside over the Buddha land of Sukhavati, the Western paradise, and there watch over the world until all living beings had been born into his pure land, and thus assured of final illumination. Sounds like a little bit of God going on there. From then on, he was known as the Buddha Amitabha, boundless light, or Amiteus, eternal life. What the The Chinese form of the name is Omitofo, and the Japanese is Amida, by which he is most generally known. Where the hell did God come out of Buddhism? In the second part of the sutra, it is declared that those who in complete faith turn towards Amida and repeat his name will be born after death into the Pure Land. What the? What? Let me repeat that. The Chinese, from then on, he is known as the Buddha Amitabha, boundless light, or Amitayus, eternal life. The Chinese form of the name is Omitofo, and the Japanese is Amida, by which he is most generally known. In the second part of the sutra, it is declared that those who, in complete faith, turn towards Amida and repeat his name will be born after death into the Pure Land. This dude made himself God. But it is hard to find in the sutra itself sufficient ground for some of the later interpretations put upon it. And it was not until the time of the Japanese Amidist Shinran Shonin that there evolved a real philosophy of salvation by pure faith. Buddhist Christianity without the Christ. So like Old Testament Buddhism is where it really, there it is. I knew I could say it without being like difficult about it. It's like Old Testament Buddhism. Man. In the sutra versus New Testament Buddhism. In the sutra, Amida is able to transfer his merit to others because, according to the philosophy represented by the, god damn it, Avatamsa Sutra? I don't know. Each single atom contains in itself the whole universe. Therefore, what is done by one individual affects all others. According to quantum mechanics, that's probably true. If one man raises himself, he raises at the same time the whole universe. It's really god dang, like wacky. But here, Amida is not the sole source of merit, as the Christian God is the sole source of goodness. In early Mahayana, the transference of merit, parinamana, is a process that may operate mutually between all beings, and though the individual is helped by sharing Amida's merit, he is yet able to acquire merit by his own unaided efforts, thus adding his own contribution to a universal store. So that sounds like altruistic objectivism. Oh, what did I just say? Altruistic objectivism. You gotta be the best you can to be the best. If you're not the best, then what are you doing it for? What are you the best of? The rest? No, I'm the best of the best. I want you to be the best. And so I'm going to give you everything I have so that you can have as much as I have. So that we'll all have the most. That's altruistic objectivism. I want you to have as much as I have so that we all have the most. Thus, in the Sukhavati Vihī, this possibility of self-help is by no means excluded, and Amida remains one among many Buddhas. He is not yet raised to the position of sole source of light and life and made the personification par excellence of the final supreme reality. His distinction, okay, so he's not God, is just that he has made a particularly large contribution to the store of merit in which all may share. But I am the guy, and has put his Buddha land at the disposal of all who seek it in faith. And there is still the difference between in faith and by faith. Do you get it? Does that make sense? We got a lot to go. We got a lot to cover here. We are not finishing this today. Does that make sense? Not at all. In faith, by faith. Let's get through one more section. Sorry, guys. Production, you really needs to, like, look this stuff up before we get into this, so that I'm not confusing or boring all of you. Dead space is dead. Alright? Dead air is dead. The growth of a cult. No, it's a long section. I don't want to get into it. I think maybe if we want to talk about it, what page are we at? 104? 104, Herbie. You got that? 104, page 104. Faith without works. Apparently, a lot of religions, metaphysical to physical to spiritual, have that problem of, like, faith without works. Is it dead? Shrooms. People, when I asked earlier, raise your hand if you've grown shrooms successfully. What I didn't ask is, raise your hand if you've ever had an unsuccessful mushroom grow. Unsuccessful. We all have. Everybody on here that's ever had the ability or a chance or an opportunity to grow, whether you have or you haven't, is unsuccessful. Right? But you keep growing. That one green tub, I had 2 years ago, I had 19 tubs. 19. I don't know why the hell I started 19, but I started 20. I had 20. And 20 tubs. Of those 20 trays, tubs, of those, 3 of them gave me fruit. Boom. Green. Boom. Some days, boom, boom, boom. Green. I had a week of watching 20 trays just fall apart. That's enough to blow a mind. That's enough to make you like, what the hell am I doing? 15%? No, 23, 3 out of 20. I don't know what the percentage of that is. 15% success rate just to start off? I think that's right. That's enough to like tell you to stop. Knock it off. What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. Get out of the game. But I didn't. I didn't start 20 trays at once. That's for sure. I don't like having stark reality shoved up my butt. What I did is I looked at the ones that went green and I was like, man, what can I do to make sure that green doesn't happen? I studied them. I looked at them as I was tossing them out. I was like, man, that's a different looking green. I wonder why that green happened over there than this green over here. You know? They weren't failures. It was just like, it's a green tub. What the hell happened to it? And I looked, too much moisture. Well, this one has a different looking green over here. Like, it kind of gave me a little, I saw the growth. It wasn't a failure. It was still growing things. I was like, I'm throwing out a growing thing. You know, if you really want to, like, go, like, wackadoo, like, deep into it. But it kept me going. On. To, like, where I started, like, doing my bluebirds. Screw this, I don't need tubs. I'm just going to grow them in the jar. Look at me. What the hell voice is that I'm using? In the jar! Dumb. I don't even need a tub. No, you need a tub. You need a tub. Bluebirds are difficult. You'll lose just as many jars as you will a tub. So, you know what? Let's just get through all of this stuff. Let's just do this. I want to do this for you guys, and then we'll scroll out. Don't scroll out. Get your stuff ready. Smoke it out with me, or get a drink ready. Whatever it is you need to do to get you through the day. Okay? This is gonna get me through the day because I'm gonna show you what I gotta deal with. I promised you I was gonna show you this. 1 second. Look at that. Look at that noise. Look what I gotta deal with. All of that vinage. Hey, Ruff. Hi, Bobs. Okay? I gotta deal with that. I did that to myself. I dibble-dabbled one day, and I was really bored. And I was like, there's a lot of vinage going on around our house. And, so what I did is I started tearing it all down without realizing it all had to go somewhere. And our trash day isn't until Wednesday. So it's all sitting in our friggin' driveway. Because we have gardeners that come on Monday. And it was sitting in the yard, but now it's in the drive. Oh man, it looks so bad. Oh, I'm not happy that I did that. I'm not happy. But I gotta deal with that. I gotta figure out what to do and how to So, we're gonna wibble wabble, and then we can scroll out. Alright, so get your wibble wabbles ready. Alright. Don't forget to go to thedetroitmushlab.net for your Myco necessities. None of what I do ever is available. Jesus Christ asked earlier if what the flavor of the Wibble Wabble is, and I gotta tell you, I don't remember. From the taste of it, it was definitely not a sativa. Ooh, I don't like sativas very much, very often. Especially super. Oh, get me out of there. Wait. Because my brain will just go hog wild on a sativa. But anyhow. Here's all the confusion I've created today. Here's all the if I hamed your Feldman today, I'm sorry. Alright. This is the cheers to the Feldmans. And here's to the there we go. Here's to the Hames and cheers to the Feldmans. Alright, everyone. Let's scroll me out. It's been a really good day. Oh, I can't hold any of this out. This whole shit, it's insane. Woo! Sometimes, I watched that entire bowl get red, and I smoked it, and I know I took a hit. I know I did, but sometimes enough smoke doesn't come out where I'm like, what the hell happened inside of me? All right, you Free, have a great day to you. Hey Free, don't tell Pops about what I'm doing, okay? I know that I'm having I know that I'm dying out. Don't send help. Don't send help, alright? Don't call. Don't send help, alright? I'm kidding. Let's scroll back up so I can scroll out of here. Free the Ancient Ones. Have a great day, everyone. Streaklight. What the hell? Streaklight showed up. Have a great one. To you, Mike Barabo, have a great day as well. Sling Blade, have a great day. Herbie, hope your back is better. MVP, hey, MVP, hope your back is better. Ladran, I wish I knew. Lord Divine, have a fabulous divine day yourself. Clean Grow with the ha-has. Alan, have a great day. See you on IG. Nifra Mama, MVP, it's too hot to be a little bit. Yeah, exactly right. Captain Dank. No, I know. I probably torched my flower. You're right. Captain Dank, Katcha with the Jesus Christ, and Clean Grow with the love, peace, and blood grease, and the Gothics, I smoke. Why? Captain Dank, great day. Nerd Nature, love you much. Super profundo on the early eve of your day. Many man, cheers. Jolie Cantor with the emojis. Paige, have a great day. You as well. Bridgie, everyone be safe. Bridgie, you have a great day. Mike Barabo, have a great day. Herbie, have a great day. Brock and Crew, Jesus Christ. Captain, ha ha ha. That Adam Sandler. Ladran, hold on. Fine day it is today. Practice doing your best. Bye for now, Brock and Peeps. I read all of that, lad, man. Bob Johnson, peace, love, and impress yourselves. Love you, Mush fam, mush love. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Love you, Brock and Crew. Mush Crew from Deborah Pearl. And you as well. Lily Roy, peace to you. MVP, thank you. Brock, no, thank you. Brock, can't wait to smoke with you at Mushfest from Different Mama. Oh, we about to get some high. Alright, we gonna get high. We gonna smoke it up. I don't do joints though, so don't bong it. Maybe pipe. I'm gonna bring my bong out. My Barabo with the I brought my bong because it was great. It gets dirty. It looks like you shouldn't smoke anything out of it. It's ask CCS. Anyhow, don't ask CCS. I hate that story. King Metro with the avocados and the herb. I swear I'll get through all of this if y'all would keep talking to me. I appreciate it. If I make it in October, I'm gonna get you wrecked, says Bridgie. I'm gonna consider that a threat. I'm gonna consider that a threat to my well-being, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Bridgie. And Bill D, much love, much fam. Gothic, it's just so fire. Me either, Goth. Mike Barabo, Ladran, Mike Clean, Nifra Mama Bongs, MVP, Mike Barabo, Captain Dank. I love y'all. Remember, if you give a hug, you get a hug back. I'm not a hugger. Never been a. Why do I.